Hi, my name is Brian Gerson.
And I'm Tina Kurtz.
And we're joining you today from Nellie McClung's Public School in Maple. We're going to share some of our modern learning journey with you.
We've explored elements of modern learning, not only in the classroom, but also among staff, with the goal of increasing the engagement of all of our learners, staff and students alike.
For staff, we decided to focus on a day of education by allocating 100 minutes to each staff for the specific purpose of learning a new skill using technology. In the spirit of modern learning, as a means to achieve higher engagement, we provided the staff with 6 possible learning modules. It was our goal for staff to learn something new that they are or would be passionate about enough that they would bring back to the classroom and use with their students.
We suggested the following possible learning options: Explain Everything, Screencastify, Google Hangouts, Dash and Dot, Google Classroom, and Adobe Spark. Teachers were asked to rank their top 3 choices, and they were guaranteed one of those. We anticipated that the choices would be common among division partners. We thought that all the primaries would be interested in one, while the juniors would gravitate towards another tool, and the intermediates would move in a different direction. Based on our staff survey, 3 standout options were noted: Google Classroom, Screencastify, and Adobe Spark. It was really interesting that the top 3 choices were not uniform within each division. Primaries, juniors, and intermediates were interested in using similar tools. This left us with a huge sense of excitement because the possibility to build capacity between divisions is profound.
So the nuts and bolts for the day. 2 DLRTs, Kim Polishuk and Lisa Donahue, came to support us for the entire day. We created a schedule where each teacher was given 100 minutes within a group setting with a DLRT to explore one of their top three choice of modules. Our admin provided us with 8 OT teachers, which worked out so that there would be really only 4 teachers working with a DLRT at a time. The small groupings allowed for more one-on-one support and individual exploration.
Teachers had 30 days to play with their new learning in the classroom. The expectation was that they bring some learning back to a follow-up session and share their experiences. Some of the highlights included one teacher moving her literature circles to Google Classroom. In kindergarten, students used Adobe Spark to give digital Mother's Day messages. Also, a teacher introduced Screencastify to her students so they could use it to show their thinking when checking for success criteria in an assignment.
At each session with the DLRT, teachers were asked to complete a standard survey to gauge their level of comfort using technology. After the follow-up session, we saw this plan has improved problem-solving communication, comfort level of bringing technology in the classroom, and creativity in lesson planning. One of the experiences discussed in our follow-up session was how a teacher encountered a difficulty using Google Classroom, but her students very quickly discovered a workaround to solve the problem. This was an eye-opening experience to reconfirm for all of us that as teachers, we're not just the purveyors of knowledge, but really the facilitators of learning. Another teacher, using a different tool, was pleasantly surprised when some of her students took advantage of the tool and used it to explain their solutions and thinking with their math homework without being assigned. It's clear that they perceive this new opportunity to be a valuable part of their learning toolbox.
In addition to our staff technology development, modern learning is alive and well among our grade 7 students. They were challenged to find a way to make the world a better place as the driving force behind their persuasive writing unit, our annual Mavericks Den. By researching problems in the world and following their inquiry, students were challenged to persuade a variety of audiences, including their peers, the Mavericks. To explain this experience further, we have some grade 7 students. First up, please welcome David, Hayasin, and Jake.
Hi, I'm David.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Justin. For Mavericks Den, we were assigned to create a solution to help the world with the problem it has. Our class found problems that affect people and our planet, and they try to make a solution to eliminate them. Everyone came up with amazing different ideas, from making a freeze ray to stop global warming, or organizing a lunch program to improve kids' academic and behavioral performances. Now let's get into the details.
First, we talked about how to find problems. Then we created subpar ideas, which was so much fun. Someone asked about how we could cook a beaver. This was great because we learned that even bad ideas have value, like sideways elevators. Next, Ms. Kurtz gave us some guiding questions to focus our thinking. We researched a couple of problems, who they affect and how, what solutions currently exist, and what are the problems with those plans. From there, we came up with our own.
Next was about getting our message out. For this project, we had to write a letter to someone who could help us.
I sent a letter to Hassan Rouhani, the president of Iran.
I sent a letter to our school administrators.
We also created 2 pieces of media. Students created everything from websites to commercials to posters and Instagram accounts. Finally, we had to present our pitch. For that, we stood up in front of our class and some of us presented to our principal and vice principal. Pressure was on. After we persuaded them to help us in our plan, we took a silent survey to determine how many people we could convince. It was awesome and scary at the same time.
There's some unexpected learning along the way, thanks to the open nature of the inquiry.
I learned that Iran has the worst air pollution.
I learned that kids who are active do better in school.
I learned a lot of people live in poverty, too many.
I learned that even when you work hard, you don't always get what you want. You need to be very prepared when you ask something.
I learned that there are many organizations that exist to support people and our world.
I learned even good ideas can become better and repackaged.
I learned how to make a video.
I learned how to make a website.
I learned how to make an effective social media post.
I learned how to influence people.
Nikita and Beatrice inspired us to help preserve our water with their great pitch. Here it is.
Mine took water.
Every drop counts. My name is Beatrice.
And I'm Nikita. So we're here to tell you about a very important topic today.
And that is water.
Have you ever just left the sink running on and just forget about it?
Or just drink a whole water bottle by yourself and not really realize it.
Well, over 780 million people in the world don't have access to the type of clean water we Canadians drink.
For example, imagine coming to school with a water bottle that looked as dirty as this.
That's normal. That's normal for all the 780 million people in the world out there.
So it's time for us to take action.
By taking action, we can do such as the following. Recycle.
But Nikita, what does recycling even have to do with clean water?
Well, Beatrice, currently we have a plastic crisis in our world, where plastic goes into our water. But when we recycle, all the plastic that used to go in our water can now go in our recycling bins.
By doing that, we can help save water.
Why you should help? You should help us because
You should help us have a brighter future.
what we're asking for.
We're asking for you to spread the word and donate to the websites that are linked on our website.
For example, here's our website. When you go down,
You can donate to these
we
charities.
linked 3 charities to our website: Water Charity, Charity Water, and the Water Project. All of these charities help all the 780 million people in the world to help get them clean water that they deserve.
Oh,
Target audience. Our target audience is from people from Twitter and Facebook.
by tweeting our website and being able to promote our ads, we can help with people that are on Facebook and on Twitter can help spread the word, yeah.
Like ads such as these.
So join us to save water
Life
and the earth.
Good.
Beatrice and Nikita really impressed us with their website development and polished presentation.
My name is Valerie,
And I'm Sarah.
and we are here to talk to you about a student's perspective of a modern project that we were assigned in class called Mavericks Den.
The idea of Mavericks Den was to come up with a problem in our community and come up with a solution.
For example, I realized that oil spills around the world are a huge problem to marine animals, so I decided to make mine about oil spills. I've asked the government to fundraise for oil spill cleanup, and I am currently trying to persuade others to fundraise as well.
As a student, I understand how important education is, why everyone should have a chance with a proper education. What my idea was for this project was to sell bracelets and raise money to put towards building a school. At our school fun fair, we will be selling these bracelets.
Mavericks Den has made me feel like I did something very helpful for the planet. In this case, cleaning up oil spills. I was able to show a way of my creativity by finding different forms of media and applying that to my pitch presentation. Overall, it was nice that we got to work on any problem we chose, and it was fun to find a way to solve it.
This was definitely a very unique way of learning. Instead of being given a task and having to do those exact steps, we got to do our own research of what we think is a big problem, and we could come up with our own solution. There were people in our class who came up with products, and some people who came up with ideas where students could elaborate on it. It was interesting to learn about other problems in the community and inspired me to want to make an even greater difference now that I've learned about so many problems in our world.
We had unexpected learning along the way thanks to the open nature of the inquiry. For Nico, his passion pushed him to find a way to make a device to slow down global warming. Of course, he did this with his parents' permission and supervision, so don't try this at home. Here's a video of his creation.
Ashkan, David, and Hajjassin made this amazing video now on YouTube to inform people of air pollution crisis in Tehran and how we can help stop the problem. Here's the video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm hating it.
Thanks for tuning in to us. Hope we have inspired some modern learning in you. Go Mavericks!